Well, that's fine. Hello, Chris.
Oh,
Uh,
so you are the philosopher.
yes, I know that.
So, do you wish to use your power?
Um, I am not going to use my power yet.
Okay,
Thank you.
cool.
Hello and welcome to Blood on the Clocktower. This is Sunday afternoon, and I just recorded a whole intro, and so for some reason unknown, I was not recording anything, so you were just getting the video without the audio, which is not interesting to have 5 minutes of just this screen with slight cloud passing through. Fortunately, uh, I noticed it when Chris came in the room, so I was able to fix it, and all that happened was I janked the order, and you get Chris first before you get me rambling. So, I don't know how much time I have left. It's been a while, but I am fully prepared, and I appear to be recording. Just phenomenal. So anyway, we are having a beginner-friendly game of Sects and Violets, uh, which hopefully means that we will have less toxicity. I don't see any players that are, uh, well, I won't say anything. Anyway, uh, um, so I'm the philosopher, which means I'm good. Always trying to figure out how to handicap myself or the town when I'm good, so that we can have an interesting game. And the philosopher is one of the best roles in the game. However, I didn't have enough time to fully discover what I would like to do before he visited me, so I did nothing tonight. Uh, but first I wanted to show this. My Zoom background is inspired by the Evil Twin, which is a role in Sex and Violets. It is also, I don't know if you're aware, but in Star Trek there is an evil parallel universe, and so that is Spock and Evil Spock. And in Evil Starfleet, you rise to power through assassination. And I believe that is the first officer in the parallel universe, except since Spock is a man of logic, he did not assassinate the captain because that would lead to him being assassinated so that somebody else could rise to power. So, uh, that's enough of Star Trek. Well, actually, never have enough Star Trek. But, on to Blood on the Clocktower. Show you the roles in the game. We're at 13, which means that there are 0 outsiders. So if there's a Vigor Mortis, we'll have no way to indicate that. There are 3 minions, which feels somewhat evil heavy. Um, so if there's a Fangu, we'll have 1 outsider. Every other demon would have 0 outsiders. There is nothing else that modifies outsiders. So I was saying earlier that I like to play roles unconventionally. With the philosopher, uh, sometimes you can become evil. You can't make yourself an evil character, but like for instance, you can make yourself into the goon or the cult leader and then turn evil. In this script, you can become the snake charmer. However, the snake charmer is possibly the easiest way to lose the game. It is a good role, and I like it, but I actually don't like games where that swap happens too early. Now, in this script, there is no drunk, so I'm definitely the philosopher, which is nice. Um, I did not use my ability, as you obviously saw, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. The most common thing is to become the dreamer, so I'm going to try not to do that. I always consider the outsiders. However, I don't really think there's any viable reason to become an outsider. Possibly the barber. The thing about the barber is that it can be helpful to town because if the evil team swaps two good players, it confirms three people: the barber and the two people that were swapped. It's a monkey wrench that you have to deal with, but it's not actually a definitely bad thing. The klutz would be interesting. I could confirm somebody at the expense of losing the game if I'm wrong. Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure this out, and I'll be back. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. I really like the Clockmaker. I think it's a very powerful role, especially if you get a high number. If you get a 1, it's not that useful. But one thought is that if I become a demon bluff, so like let's say the demon is given Clockmaker as a bluff, they would obviously have a bad number. So, well, they might give the right number, but they might give the wrong number. If they give the wrong number, and then I become the Clockmaker and have the right number, that would be a way of finding an evil or poisoned player, or a KG player. And it seems like something that you shouldn't do. So since it's a bad decision, I'm inclined to make that decision. I think Clockmaker's super powerful. So there's 4 evils. The highest I could get, if those 3 players were evil, would be a 5 if Soren or Dan were the demon. 5 would be the highest. I don't know. I'm inclined to do that. The thing is that at a minimum, I would confirm Clockmaker information. But I could also either be sitting next to the Nodashi, in which case I'm poisoned anyway and it doesn't matter what I do, or the Clockmaker could be sitting next to the Nodashi, which could also be helpful. So, oh, anyway, the day is starting. Do we get another poem?
No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. A Yahoo smells of city dog poo.
Everyone a gem.
Okay. I will give you some time to chat.
Matthew,
Yeah,
can I speak to you?
yeah, sure.
You're looking a little like an evil clown.
Well, which room?
Mine.
Okay.
So
It's a weird one to pick straight out, isn't it?
Well, you were the demon yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I will say, with my thing, I'm going to have to create some sort of smoke screen today.
Are you the snake charmer?
No, I'm the juggler.
Ah.
You
So
see
what are
why
your thoughts? How do you want to play that?
I need it's going to be a different. Should I just say wrong rolls to create a smoke screen for people who actually have good ones?
The way I see it, there's 2 ways to play it. You can either juggle good characters to confirm good people, or you can juggle evil roles as a way of finding evil people. The problem
Yeah.
is if you juggle good roles correctly and it's known publicly, then you're kind of signaling to the demon a bunch of good roles.
Yeah, I'll do evil.
Okay. Well, I'm not
Okay.
evil, so you're wasting your time if you juggle me.
Okay. Yeah, so I have to specifically say a character name. don't I?
Yep. You say a name of a player and a name of a character. And you can name the same player multiple times. Like, for instance, there's 4 demons. You could juggle Michael and Peter as the Nodashi or the Vigor Mortis. And that would be
Okay.
4 choices.
Yeah. Okay. So I know what I'm doing. That gives me a little bit of an idea what I'm going to do. Yeah, just give me. Do you want to give me a 3 or something, just to so I know?
Not really.
Oh, you're keeping secret, aren't you?
Well, the problem is I don't know if you're good or evil. I'll give you my role, because I think you're good. I am the Philosopher.
Oh, that's not a bad one, actually.
No, I know. It's the best role in the game. Well, one of the best roles in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm putting in yours if I can find it. There it is.
Yeah.
The thing is, I definitely don't want you to juggle me as the Philosopher.
Yeah. Agreed.
And so if you juggle all demons and you get a 1, then you know that you definitely picked the demon.
Yeah. So I am going to pick. I'll center it on one person, and I'll choose one.
Well, the thing is that you can juggle all 5, because if you get if you split the juggle between multiple people, basically we'd have to kill all of those people to confirm your information. But if you pick one person, then you're limiting your information.
So So I'll do 5 people.
For
5
one
people.
demon?
Yeah, 5 people for 1 demon.
Now the thing
Yep.
is that juggling 5 people is problematic, because if you get a 1, then we have to kill 5 people, which is a lot. I would probably do 2 or 3 people and have 2.
I'll do 3. I'll
Yeah.
do 3
3
people
is good.
on one.
Don't juggle
on
the
one demon.
Vortox, because if it's a Vortox, you're getting bad information anyway.
Yeah, and don't do Vortox.
And if you're juggling Nodashi, don't pick your neighbors, because you'd also be getting bad information.
Yeah, okay, fine.
All right.
I'll head back now.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back. Good talk.
Daniel, would you like to chat?
Sure. Yeah, is that
I'll come to yours. Mine's right at the bottom.
cool?
Chris, are you here?
Lewis, do you want to chat?
Okay, Kenny.
Chris is not here.
I'll go to your room.
Okay.
Anyone want to have a chat?
Yes, Soren, I would love to talk to you. Mine's the 4th or 5th from the top, so we'll go there.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice buck. So, yeah, I want to do this 3-3.
We could.
Okay. I'm either the Flowergirl, Town Crier, or Oracle.
I was not prepared to do this, so
Okay.
give me a moment. I'll come up with something. I'll say that I am the Clockmaker, the Mathematician, or the Seamstress.
Nice. Thank you.
And I would be very curious to hear from another Clockmaker.
Okay. Okay. I heard not any hard claims. But yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks, Steven.
Yeah, our room's closed. No.
They're
Simon,
open.
do you
Lewis, do you want to chat?
want to talk?
Who was
Anyone
that?
want to have a
Okay,
chat?
Peter, I will come for you.
Yeah,
Your room.
Peter.
Welcome to
Okay, mine
yours.
is a little further down.
Okay, so my room.
Oh,
Yes, your
no,
room.
do you want a quick
Right.
chat?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I see. I'll be with you. Yeah.
I'll give you another
Did you say,
minute.
Steve?
That's Matt. Do you want to chat? Matthew,
Steve,
sorry.
Would you like to talk?
You say yes, Matthew, or
Yeah. I did say
sorry.
yeah.
Daniel?
Hello, Stephen. No,
Sure,
actually, it's
yeah.
not Stephen.
All right,
I
mine's
head
fifth from the top.
Okay. Which one?
I
Hey,
head to
Yahoo.
my room.
Okay.
Room to talk to.
I'll just go to him.
Daniel, I went to my room and you went to your room. Would you like to come to
Yeah.
my room this time?
Sure. Who's speaking? Sorry.
My name is Yahoo,
Sure. Yeah, I'll
and
go
I'm
in there
fifth
quick.
from the top.
Hi, my name is.
And he is only a forehead.
Slim
My name
Shady.
Really, we're doing the M&M stuff.
Hey Yahoo.
Sorry, I don't recognize voices yet. So.
No, you're fine.
Cool.
I did yell Yahoo. I thought that you had heard me, but and then I went to your room. I think the same time that you had given up, and we're heading back to the
Fair
town.
enough.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. So I'm happy to claim Clockmaker 3.
Clockmaker 3. This is a phenomenal turn of events.
It's quite yeah. It must be quite spread out for if that's true.
Well, I will have you know that I am the Clockmaker, the Mathematician, and the Seamstress. And I would like to say that the reason I came to you is because I don't think I've ever played with you before, and so I like to pull new people in.
Sure, yeah.
One thing I would caution you is basically your information is super powerful. I would not share it publicly until several days in.
I've shared it with a couple of people, so 3 people, including yourself. But that's it. I'll probably keep it.
Well, the thing about Clockmaker information is it's the most powerful, the higher it is. 5 is the highest possible number you could get. 3 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So once people start to die, you can kind of figure out who the team is based on who's left.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. I'm happy to be offed if we need someone for potential Vortox.
Oh, I don't like that crap. I like killing people that don't want to die.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway,
all right, sounds
cheers.
good.
I've certainly not had anyone claim good twin to me. I've chatted to a couple of people. So.
Simon?
Yes.
We have a chat.
Oh, God. Go on then.
My room. 5th from the top.
Yes, sir.
I have information.
We want information.
No, I have information.
You have information?
Yes, it's Savant information. I was told... There you go.
Even I pressed the wrong button.
Simon, that's just par for the course for you.
Yeah.
So, Daniel, want to talk? Oh, right.
Rooms are closed.
Jeez. All right. How was the night?
So
Is there a...
Yeah, if no one wants to claim twins, it means we have a witch, a Saranova's, and a Pithag.
So anyone gonna juggle?
Do you want juggles in the chat, Chris, or
juggles in the chat? Yeah. Hang on. Let me just. There you go. I'll put a little. And I'll give you some time to chat. And I'll do as Trey does, and sort of basically until I get bored.
I didn't hear much info today, but the piece of info I did hear leads me to lean towards poisoning either Vortox or a no dashi, because it's difficult information to believe in this game.
Thank you, Mia.
You're welcome, Soren.
I've heard someone hard claim Clockmaker, so if there is a Vortox, we could execute them today.
I also heard that.
Sorry, I didn't catch that piece of information. Could you say it again?
Someone's hard claimed Clockmaker. They're the only first night roll in the script, so
Right.
if there is a Vortox, we could execute them just to be safe.
Or we could try and execute the Vortox.
Or we could try and execute the Vortox, yes.
I mean, that's ideal, yeah.
Since we're leaning, since no one's coming out as twins, so it means there's likely a witch in the game. It might make sense if we are going to go the Clockmaker route for the Clockmaker to nominate themselves. We don't have an extra good death where we don't need one.
In that case, a nomination's open.
Yeah, I mean, nominations are open.
I'm going to nominate
Dan-
Peter.
Sorry, what was that?
I believe that was the traditional Yahoo nominates me.
So Yahoo nominates Peter and dies.
Oh, witch.
This game is off to a crap start.
Oh,
It's a, yeah, the witch in the game.
Yep.
I mean,
know.
Stephen, do you want to give your accusation?
Well, I'm a little depressed right now. If you give me a second to regain my composure, I just died. So here was my thing, is Peter literally just said something about having an extra good death. Sounds like a demon that's fantasizing about killing. Extra good death. That was the phrase I heard. I may have taken it out of context.
Okay, so you want to reveal your role now that you're dead?
No.
It does get a defense.
My defense is my quote was shockingly taken out of context. It wasn't an extra good death. It was an extra good death, meaning a death on the good team of which I am a part, and I don't want to see too many good people die, which is why I suggested that the Clockmaker nominate themselves. But since we now have an extra death, considering it is Stephen, maybe it is an extra good death.
I would appreciate it if you would state your punctuation so I knew what was intended.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't mind if I'm nominated and executed, since I am already dead, in fact. If that's what we want to do.
But don't execute me.
So 6 is required. I will start the countdown.
I'll say, even if we don't execute here.
Remember, there could be a Flowergirl. So
if there's a Flowergirl in play, it's worth having a few people put their hands up.
Just not 6.
Yahoo, yo, dead vote.
He's never using that dead vote.
He knows.
Wanted
to make sure.
Well, yeah,
5. 5 is not enough. Is there any more nominations?
In that case, Dan nominates Dan.
Dan nominates.
Oh.
Multiple witches.
Lots of witches.
So my internet was crapped out. What happened then?
Evil barista witch.
There we go. Dan nominates Dan. What's your accusation and defense? Might as well roll it into one.
I am the Clockmaker, so if we and if we do need a death in case of Vortox, you might as well at least put me on the block. And my defense is
the Clockmaker. Or do we want to execute Stephen's corpse?
Yeah, I don't think we should execute a good player. We should execute me. Unless you think you're evil, Dan.
I'm not evil, no.
Well, I'm going to start the countdown anyway. So 6 is required.
If there is a Flowergirl, like the same people.
Same people should vote.
Or everybody else. Once we get to Stephen.
Yeah, just everyone votes.
Because if everyone votes and the Flowergirl a no, then we know it's a Vortox.
Or they're sat next to an Odashi.
Correct.
In that case, I'll nominate
4 is
Stephen.
not enough. Who was that, sorry?
Steve nominates Stephen.
Steve
Yeah.
nominates Stephen. What's the accusation?
1, Flowergirl check, and 2, you can still execute dead bodies and it satisfies Vortox.
You want to give a defense?
Yes, since this is a new player-friendly game, I will say that you should take most of what I say and just ignore it. But I am the Snake Charmer. I was hoping to become evil at 8. This was not my plan. You can go ahead and execute me since I'm stuck being good.
I'm going to start the countdown.
So we should all vote for this for the Vortex check?
I think we should.
Okay.
Oh, but the pit hag acts before the flower girl at night.
Oh, I think Flowergirl's getting a big bag of nothing here anyway.
Why is that?
Because everyone's voted for Steve.
Oh, no, that's good, because if there's a Vortox,
you know it's not a
they
Vortox.
have to be given false info.
Hey.
So the demons definitely
12
voted if it all
is
12,
enough.
so...
Well, Stephen hasn't voted yet.
Yeah, if I'm the demon, then the Vortox will get or the Flower Girl will get a no. But the game also was over, so there's that.
I'll give a quick 5 count just in case if anyone does want to try and make another nomination, but I don't think.
We want to try and get 13 on someone?
So with that, Yahoo's corpse has been executed and dies. I will open up the rooms. Everyone go to sleep.
Well, that pretty much sucked. I did find the Clockmaker. They did share their information, and then their information was shared publicly, which is the opposite of what I wanted. I also didn't get to double check them because I died. So my read is that Dan and Matthew are both good. I have no idea if Peter's good. Which, the only reason I point that out is because if Peter's good, then it doesn't really matter what anybody does, because good will win. Because Peter is unstoppable. I don't know if he's good or not, so I'm not going to mark that.
Hey.
Yes.
So I'm the Flower Girl.
Uh-huh.
I got a yes, so there's no Vortox in play, and I have reasons to believe that there's a Fangu in play.
You've heard of Outsiders?
Yep. Day 1.
We could... So here's the thing. If it's not a Fangu game, then anybody claiming to be an outsider is lying. So we could execute them. Worst case scenario, they are an outsider and they can't be jumped to.
Yep. So... Yeah. Okay. I also...
Why did you specifically want to talk to me?
Because you've been witched, and it makes me think you're most likely good. And you said you were the Snake Charmer, and I don't think you would say that if... I just don't think you would say that. You seemed sincere.
Well, I was not.
Oh, what were you?
I was the Philosopher.
You weren't the Serenovus then. That's good.
No, I wasn't Serenovist. I have a new thing where I try to play unconventionally, and I was going to turn
Not really
myself...
a new thing, is it?
I was going to turn myself into the Clockmaker, because that's not an intelligent thing to do. And then I was going to have a competing number. However, that does not get to happen.
Right.
Which could have been cool for a lot of reasons, because A, if the Clockmaker is an evil bluff, then we get the real number. B, the Clockmaker could be sitting next to the Nodashi, or if it's a Vortex game, and we get different numbers.
Right. Right.
And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, is that unconventional plays are not necessarily bad plays.
I'm totally with you on like not telling people how to play. It's one of my biggest like pet peeves, I guess.
I will say that I do regret nominating. Obviously, I almost always nominate on day one, so I'm a good witch target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't even think about it until I died.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
also say the witch is not a particularly powerful minion because you don't normally get to kill. However, they got to kill on day one, so it's not at all inconceivable that they'll get 2 or 3 kills this game, which sucks.
Yeah, it does. But we have, I mean, anyway.
Do you have any suspicions?
I don't think Peter is good.
You don't think Peter is good?
I do not think Peter is good.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it's very difficult to explain, considering.
I always just assume Peter's good because he is so good.
He's so good when he's good, but I think he's also good at being bad. I'll tell you about it. Maybe if I die, then I'll tell you.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Bye.
You want to chat?
Okay.
I'll come to yours.
All right. Good.
Matthew, would you like to talk?
Yes.
I am still a Yahoo 5th from the top.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Michael, we've
Jenny
not
from the
chatted yet.
block.
Come on, have a chat.
Who's that? Sorry.
Yeah. You saw what I juggled?
No, but I can look.
I did
Matthew.
Dan, Steve A, and Peter as Nodashi.
Yeah.
And I got a 0. So if one of them is, so if it is a Nodashi, then there may be a minion. They may be a minion, but not a demon.
Let me look at this information now. Matthew. So you did.
I did the advice that you said about Nodashi. I just specifically chose people not next to me.
Why did you pick the people you picked? They're not next to each other. Steve A.
I misheard you. I thought you meant next to me.
Well, no, no, you heard correct. I'm just curious as to why, because they're kind of helter skelter.
Yeah.
Did you have sus on those people?
They're a little bit. I'd only spoken to you, so I didn't have any read to go on. So I had to just pick blindly in the dark. And it was time was up by the time I didn't get the chance to talk to anybody else. So I had to pick blind in the dark.
All right. Well, I have it on good authority that Peter's evil.
Peter's evil. So, what's that? Just that. Just info. You don't have to say who, but what info.
I do not have the info. I was just told that Peter is evil.
Oh, okay.
So it could be wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah, but.
But since you've shared with me, I'm sharing with you.
Yeah, but if town needs a kill, I do know I probably am the safest one. If it's a Vortox.
Well, so the thing, though, is that I believe that you're the juggler. So if you're the juggler, you're a townsfolk, and I would rather not kill a townsfolk.
Okay,
if
fine.
we kill anybody else that I don't think is a townsfolk, there's a chance that they're evil. Does that make sense?
Okay. But if that Peter info is right, that means he's a minion, not the demon.
No, it doesn't even mean that, because he could be the Vortox.
Vortox, yeah, sorry. I said that as soon as I was saying that out loud, that didn't feel right.
Yeah. Or the Vigor Mortis. Or whatever.
Yeah. I just went on what I heard in that room, and there was so much info coming out there that plus my keyboard doesn't really work, so it took me a long while to type.
Yep. Well, I juggled a whole bunch of people as the Vortox because that's a very stupid thing to juggle, since if it's a Vortox, you get bad information. But I only did that because I think it's funny.
Yeah. Thanks for that info. I'll head back.
All right, sounds good.
So Daniel, want to talk?
Sure, can do.
So, mine.
You're
it's
at
at
the top
the top.
room, aren't you? Yeah. Cool.
Ed, do you want to talk?
Sorry, was that me?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'm Cherie. Where's your room? Let's see.
Near the bottom.
Yeah, so is mine. We'll go to your room.
Just about to close the room, so last call for.
Oh, can people change alignments on this script?
Yes.
Yes,
Is it just the snake charmer?
I think so.
If it's a Fangu game, I think the
Yep.
outsider can change the line.
That is
as well,
correct.
can't they?
Yeah.
Hello. You're waiting on some people.
Would that be the barber? Wait,
The barber can change characters, but they would be the same alignment. So technically, you could be a good minion or demon if the barber swapped you, but you wouldn't change alignment.
Same as a pit hag could make a good minion, but it wouldn't change them to an evil one.
how
It'd
would
be very
the
stupid to do that.
so it is. Someone said an outsider could make you change alignment.
If there's an outsider, then it's a Fangu, and if the Fangu kills the outsider, then the demon itself would die, and the outsider would become the evil Fangu. That it can no longer jump.
I get it. Yes.
But it would actually grow the team by one.
Are we having this discussion because we've heard of an outsider?
No, I was asking about alignments.
Gotcha.
No, Peter, I'll be listening to see if you say anything that I can manipulate to make it sound
Sure.
like something you didn't say.
I'll be sure to verbalize any punctuation.
Oh, you guys are such nerds.
Well, as I say, nominations are open, but I'll start a count when I get bored.
Is there a Flowergirl that got any information?
I've heard of one.
I've heard of one too.
I've heard of one.
I've heard of 3.
Oh, nice.
So
What was the Clockmaker information?
It'd be best not to share that.
I think someone said they were the Clockmaker but did not share the information,
Right.
which I think is probably still wise at this point.
I think they
So-
got your triple
so,
on the info.
I've hard claimed my role to only that person, but
okay, so you're dead now, so I don't think it matters.
now I can say I was the town crier. But I
Okay.
didn't learn anything.
Okay.
Does anyone any reason to believe that they were pit hagged in the night?
So I will just
I mean,
put out.
if there's no twin, then there's got to be a pit hag, surely.
I will just put out there that every piece of information that we share does make it easier for the evil team. Because if there's a minion that doesn't have a bluff, every time they learn of a roll, then they can cross that off as a potential bluff to use. It's very important that the town never shares anything.
Steven.
There's the person who said he was snake charmer last
Well,
day.
so I guess we have a pit hag, but since we're 13 players and there is I don't know how many good rolls, there's a good chance that the pit hag hit a roll that is in play and therefore it did not go through.
Yeah. And because of last night, we know we have a witch.
That is true.
Yeah, if there's no twins, then all 3 other minions are in play. So
I think what happened probably is they created an outsider that can't come out because of
They've
the
made a mutant
Fangu.
or something.
Yep,
So
that
a
is true.
mutant or, something that doesn't, want to
Or if
be
a pit hag
Fangu
and
jump to
Or if a pit hag and Serenovus have
Sarah
got
Novus.
together and changed someone and then made them mad that they're what they were previously.
Yeah. Or whatever made them mad that there's something else.
If there are 2 outsiders, I think they should both claim. We'll kill one of them, and then the demon can jump to the other, and we'll kill them tomorrow, and they'll lose.
that doesn't really incentivize the second outsider to come out, does it?
Well, it's the greater
No.
good. Do you not know Spock? He says that the good of the many outweigh the good of the few.
I was just like, wait a minute.
I think that's the needs of
Or the many. Or the what?
But have you also heard the expression, wisdom from a man who is only a forehead is not really wisdom?
What TV show is that?
I tried it.
And it is disconcerting just talking to your forehead, Stephen.
Well, I'm eating. Would you like to see me eat?
No, forehead's better, thank you.
Shampoo do you use?
I mean, we could keep executing corpses, but then the evil team's doing all the killing. So, does anyone have any suspicions?
Yep.
We can kill Dan again. That's always an option. But I'd say after today, really killing good players isn't a good idea. So
I generally believe it's what he is. I think he's good.
I have one thumbs down on my grimoire. Would anyone care to know who that is?
Oh.
Yourself?
Yeah, I do know who that is. Even told me.
I also have one thumb down. Stephen, are you going to say yours?
Mine is Peter.
Shocking.
I have something to add to my accusation if somebody wants to nominate him.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll nominate Peter.
So Cherie has nominated Peter.
And you're deferring your accusation?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I like nominating people. This is awesome. I will just have 2 words. Clockmaker.
Why do I keep falling out of my seat?
What?
Peter, do you want to give a defense?
My defense is Clockmaker is one word.
Oh.
Regardless of the punctuation. And yeah, no, that's a terrible reason. 1 word or 2 words or however many words.
Okay, I'm going to start the countdown. 6 is required.
I think this is a good kill.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get 6 more.
The one person who I hard claimed my role to thinks that killing me is a good idea.
What are you going to do? Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, Peter.
Oh my goodness, Kenny, what are you doing?
I don't know. That
Oh, Kenny.
sentence at the last second
Oh,
changed.
5 is not enough. Peter is safe for the day.
I just
Any
want
more
to execute
nominations?
Steven's corpse again so we can kick it all over town. I want to know what Lewis thinks. Lewis is usually pretty vocal at this point in the game.
Oh. So what do you want to know?
I don't know. Just you usually share info.
Because I normally night 1 roles like investigators and all that.
Gotcha.
But I get my info every night, so I'm not going to share that info with the rest of you for obvious reasons.
Soren.
So
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I suspect Mia. What do you think?
Are we going into metagaming now?
No, no. I'm just asking you your opinion since you're a very good judge of character.
At the moment, I don't suspect Mia, but yeah, I don't suspect anyone. So yeah, usually when I play my Grim, as I say, it's entirely blue. So yeah, that's usually a problem.
I'm going to nominate Cherie.
Okay. Peter has nominated 3. What is the accusation?
I had a good vibe from Cherie on day 1 when we whispered, and I didn't see any reason why our good vibiness could have changed from yesterday to today. But her nominating me and then suggesting that I die when she has a pretty good idea what role I am, I found a little bit shifty.
Joy, do you want to have
Yeah.
a defense?
No defense. It's fine.
Okay, I'll start the countdown. 6 is required.
I'm a mutant again.
Kenny, I'm so disappointed in you.
We just want Sherry.
Okay, so 6 is enough. Sheree is marked for execution. Is there any more nominations?
You'll notice that Peter and Mia both voted on that.
Noted.
I have 2 words for you. Execution.
Shuri, can we talk tomorrow?
Yes.
So with that, Sheree is executed and dies.
I claim Klutz and choose Dan.
I knew it.
Okay. So you choose Dan, and I'll open up breakout rooms.
Oh, he's good. I knew you were I suspected you were the Klutz and mad that you were something
Could
else.
be a bluff.
Could be a bluff.
Yep. Don't
Yeah.
assume anything. There's a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens when you assume.
Oh golly, cheesy whiz.
All right. So, a couple of thoughts. A, I haven't the foggiest idea what's going on. That really sums it up most succinctly. B, this is a beginner-friendly game, so I will try to not constantly throw my opinion around. C, here are my opinions that I will thrust around, which are that everyone that comes out with a role is making it better for the evil team, because the pit hag doesn't need to waste their time with the Clockmaker or the juggler, and the demon isn't going to kill them. So if the demon and the pit hag were to coordinate, they could essentially kill 2 people every day, because they could turn the Savant into the mutant, and they could kill the town crier. Which would mean that we would have half as much time to atrophy. And I would also point out that Cherie claimed that she was the Flowergirl and that there wasn't a Vortox, which is odd to do if she was the outsider. She did claim that she heard of an outsider, and obviously an outsider wouldn't want to be. Maybe she was Sarah Novist. That would make sense. However, she didn't claim it publicly, which is something I feel a Sarah Novist would do. Maybe she thought I was Sarah Novist on day 1. That was why she was talking to me, is so that I would realize that she was the outsider. I will change her role here. She claimed Klutz. If she was the Klutz, then that clears who she named, which I believe was Dan. And that's silly because he's the only person I had cleared. That sucks. Anyway, I really hate that when you have a thing like that it does that. This is so annoying. If Peter is evil, I think Mia is evil. I am going to watch Whispers this game since I have Clockmaker information, which may or may not be correct. It is also unfortunate that Matthew only juggled 3. I realized that he juggled 3 people, but if I was him, I would have juggled Peter as the Vigor Mortis and Dan as the Vigor Mortis. So they wouldn't have chose Dan, since clearly I know he's good. But what are you going to do? Alright, I had another epiphany, which is that Cerie said she was going to go into details on why she wanted to kill Peter after she died, which probably is a second clue She's an outsider since she needs to die before she can give her information. Since she's not, in fact, the Flower Girl, or maybe she was the Flower Girl that became the Klutz, which again, timing is crucial, and I have no idea, and I don't take good notes. So this is night 2, I believe.
You wake up to find that Michael died during the night.
Oh,
Cherie,
Yeah.
There you
I'd
go.
like to continue
Go
our
chat.
thing.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, you
So-
left me a couple hints.
I was the klutz.
Did you start as the Klutz?
Yes, I started as the klutz.
Why did
I
you
just
suspect
didn't-
me, Peter? You said that you would explain
Okay,
that after you
so
died.
I was made mad for both days that I was the Flower Girl. Peter says, "Oh, sure, we want to talk," and he goes, "So I haven't talked to anyone else yet. You're my first whisper, and so I'm going to trust you with my role. I'm the Flower Girl." And I was like, "You are full of shit." But I said, "Oh no, Peter, I'm the Flower Girl." He's like, "No, you're not." It's like, "Yeah, I am."
Why?
And he goes,
Why can't you be the
"Oh."
Flower Girl?
It was just the way I got. He could be. Oh, he also said, "I just want to get one night of good information." He was just being dramatic, and it seemed like he was trying to manipulate me to think to get me to break madness and have drama. But he also does that thing where he's done this to me loads of times, where he's like, "It's day one, and I'm going to trust you," and he's always evil when he does that.
Okay.
So that's why.
So it was
Social things, and he could be the Flower Girl, but
The reason I said Mia is after you made your comment, I saw that he was chatting with her. So
yeah,
that it is what it is.
it is what it is. It could be, but I got bad vibes from it. So
Yeah, and I did actually want to chat Whisper since there is a Flower Girl.
if there is a Flower Girl,
Or sorry, not a Flower Girl. A Clockmaker.
yes. Well, I kind of want to know the Clockmaker number and see if it works out away from.
Well, are you
Peter.
tracking Whispers?
No, I'm not. You're doing a better job of that.
No, I'm not. I didn't the first day, and I did some the second day. So
Okay. I trust Lewis. I think he's good. I think he's the dreamer. He didn't claim to me, but the things he said, I was like, "You're the dreamer." So
well, I will have you know that I don't think we've ever worked this closely, and that makes me suspicious of you.
oh, well, that's interesting.
Well, it is what it is.
Next
That's
time,
the
don't
problem
get
with this
killed
game.
by a witch. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying that. It just is what it is. Well, the
only
same way
reason I
that you're
came to you is because
suspicious
you were
of Peter.
killed by a witch. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, that does make sense. What did you say? You thought that Lewis was the dreamer?
I think Lewis is dreamer. He didn't claim that to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he said that he has reasons to trust Twed and Kenny based on his information.
Okay.
And that was after 2 nights of information.
All right.
So.
I'm gonna head out because I have something I'd like to do.
That's fine. See you later.
Thank you.
You're exactly who I wanted to talk to.
Okay.
Want to talk to
I
anybody?
will come to your room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where are you? Oh yeah, I see. Sorry, yeah.
Were you really the snake charmer, Stephen?
Yep.
Like the snake charmer, or the philosopher into snake charmer?
The OG snake charmer.
OG snake charmer.
Why? You seem quite interested and fixated on that.
Oh, that would seem very unfortunate.
Lewis, can I talk to you?
Stephen Yahoo, yeah.
Yep. 4th from the top.
Twed, can we chat?
Yeah, sure.
So, I am the dreamer, and I dreamed you. I only got 1 day of information, but I thought I'd at least try to confirm that I saw you as the town crier. Are you the town crier?
No. Because I was pit hagged last night. I was pit hagged.
Into an outsider?
Yes. So I
we should
assume
probably
it's
kill you today so that you don't become the Fangu.
The problem is I'm the barber.
That's not really a big deal. Here's the thing: is you will become the demon if you're alive. That's the problem. What were you?
I don't know what you're trying to hide, but I was the actual dreamer, you evildoer.
That was why I claimed your role to you, because I was... Wow. Lewis, I wasn't done with you. You don't have to talk to me, but I wasn't finished with the conversation.
Okay, so your room again?
Yep. So, I was told by a possibly good player that they thought you were the dreamer, which is why I claimed your role to you. And I was also told that you had confirmed Kenny and Twed. And I did see that you were whispering to Twed. So, I obviously was not the dreamer. And I'm not evil. And I did die to the witch on day one. But I will share with you, I was the philosopher, and I did not take any role, so I didn't poison anybody, and I died to the witch right away. And you're the first person that I've actually told anything to that was honest.
Okay.
The reason that I don't share my information is that I don't want to give the puzzle to the evil team who is trying to figure things out. Like, for instance, an evil player might turn themselves into the philosopher, like the pit hag, except they shouldn't do that since there is a philosopher in play, and letting them know that there's a philosopher in play, you know, would help them also.
Okay. Yeah.
So what is your thoughts about, like, do you think that you want to just hang out as the barber, or do you think you should be executed in case there's a Fangu? Because I was told that there was an outsider at the beginning of the game, and the only way that's possible is if it's a Fangu game.
Like, how would you have been told if there was an outsider if you were the philosopher and haven't changed?
I was told by the person that was claiming they were the original outsider.
And that would be?
Cherie.
Oh, so she was the actual klutz.
She was the klutz. She was made mad that she was the Flowergirl. And she didn't want to give her information until after she was executed.
Yeah, I knew that she was mad because she was like, I'll explain tomorrow.
Yep. All right. So that's I think I'm good.
Okay.
I have a quote for you, Peter.
Quote.
I don't know what you're trying to do, you evildoer.
Okay.
Is there any punctuation in that?
Let's get off of that. You're with the wrong punctuation, so that you can correct me.
Okay. We're all back. So nominations are open.
All right, so I have some information to share. Peter is the Cerenovus. So I don't know if we want to kill the Cerenovus, or if we want to go for the demon.
I think I was made mad the first 2 days, right? So I think if I'd stayed alive, I would have continued to be made mad the entire game. So I think that is the strategy the Cerenovus is using. So there might be somebody now who can't share their information because their Cerenovus locked. If that makes sense. So I think there's probably some benefit to trying to execute the Cerenovus. i.e.
I'd love to know how I became the Serenovus.
That was a storyteller decision.
Like a red token that has a brain on it.
So I've got reason to believe that Yahoo is full of shit.
Oh, I am. Michael,
Oh,
I'll talk
please-
to you tomorrow.
Please tell me you're the snake charmer, Michael.
Yes, I'm now a dead snake charmer.
That is
interesting.
awesome. So Stephen is indeed full of shit.
Stephen didn't claim snake charmer. To
Yes,
me
he did.
privately. Well, he didn't privately.
He claimed snake charmer after he was witch killed.
I also told
He
Lewis my
did.
role at this point. And I think actually the only person I've told my role to is Lewis.
Stephen.
Well, see, the
It was
thing,
a good
Cherie, is that
story.
I'm pretty sure that you're evil. Oh, or that
Oh,
you're
Stephen.
right. What's one or the other?
This is kind of confusing me.
Well, I agree with
Is there any
you.
nominations?
I think there's a third option, Stephen. It's either, but I don't agree with the Eve option. It could be I'm right or I'm wrong.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so wait. So did you start out as the Klutz, Cherie?
I did. I was Klutz on day one. So we do have a Fangu in play, or at least we did at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's true too. However, there weren't any weird deaths, so that would indicate that the demon hasn't changed.
That's what I would
I think Steve was the Fangu and then picked an outsider that got pit hagged, which is why no one came out as a being pit hagged. Because they then became an outsider and then instantly became a demon. I think Steve was the original demon.
I think if a Fangu
Any more
kills
nominations?
I think if a Fangu kills an outsider, then is the Fangu's ability stopped now? Like
If there's a
Like, they
Fangu,
can only
they can
jump
only jump once.
okay.
Can it?
I think I'd love to. I'm not saying you should come out with a Clockmaker information, but I'm very curious as to what it is.
You should wait the number of days as the information. So if it's
Stephen.
if it's a 5, then you should wait till the game is over.
I think a lot of people know it now anyway.
I don't. I would like to know if
I would.
I'll come out then. It's a 3.
No.
3.
Okay, so if Peter's a Serenovus, then so Matthew could be the demon, or oh wait, Steve A. I think Steve A. might have been the demon at first. Then he Fangu jumped to someone else, and Peter is the actual Serenovus.
Minion is just as likely to be a minion as well on that logic.
I nominate Mia.
I like that.
That sounded like Chris's voice. Like Chris.
Any nominates Mia?
There we go.
Okay. What's the accusation, Kenny?
So I think Steve was the original pit hag, and the Clockmaker information would lead to Peter or Mia. I spoke to Mia on day 1, and she didn't really give. She was like, "Oh, kind of bottom half," and then just looking up bluff. So I reckon she just didn't have anything to go off. She's probably a minion, so I don't think she's a bad kill.
So what? I'm now a pit hag instead of a Fangu.
What was that? Sorry.
You said I was the original pit hag. I thought I was a Fangu.
Sorry, yeah, original Fangu. I've just said the name.
Well,
Yeah, you were the
Mia,
original
you do get a defense.
Well,
If you're on one.
Evil.
I've got nothing to go
I
off.
haven't got any. Yeah. And I'm not telling Kenny anything because yesterday he fooled me by being.
I can't. Are you talking about the Japan game yesterday?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to start the countdown. 5 is required.
I don't see a reason to not kill her either. So.
If we think the demon's jumped,
good kill.
Then my information's probably a bit out of date, but it might help with the world building. So I asked my artist question on day 1, and I got a yes that the demon was either Soren, Steve A, Simon, Mia, Michael, or Matthew. So
Oh, that was a long range.
Could you say that again?
Yeah, please say that again.
So, using the Grim for names, if a player's name starts with an S or an M, either a yes.
Okay.
That narrows it down.
So 5 is enough. Mia is marked for execution. Is there any more nominations?
Well, I nominate.
What was that, Mia?
I nominate Kenny. Someone's sound is really weird.
Okay, what's the accusation?
The 3 roles Kenny gave me day 1. I have heard other people claiming those, and they are excellent. Close.
Okay, Kenny, you wish to give a defense?
I've been confirmed by the Dreamer, so I'm pretty. I think I'm good.
Okay, I will start a countdown. 5 to tie, 6 to execute.
We should tie this.
Well, you just said it was a good kill, the last one.
Well, I don't want people to be able to read me.
Did you not listen to him the first day?
I try not to listen to him.
I tried to whisper with Simon on the first day, and he literally joined the room right before Whispers ended, and then immediately left.
Simon, can we talk again tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
1 is not enough.
You're muted, Peter.
I don't need to. What do I need to say?
Oh, you just look like you were talking.
No, I was talking to my wife.
The wife.
That's very suspicious.
Okay, is there any more nominations?
I am not a good kill.
So with that, Mia has been executed and dies. And the game
The Minion.
continues, opening breakout rooms.
That was a Brody thing to do.
All right, so we continue with our thoughts. I do believe Lewis is good. I think it's so you have to think through. At least this is how I do. Try to think through what could and couldn't be happening. I am still confused about the whole Cherie thing, but I'm gonna give her a thumb because she did not want to share her information until she died, which is something an outsider in a Fangu game would want, and she, in fact, did. Get herself killed. She didn't even fight, I don't believe, when she was on the chopping block. Didn't say she wasn't a good kill. And then she came out with her information. She did trust me. I was witched on day 1, so I think that makes sense. So I'm gonna, for that reason, say that I think I'm good. She told me she thought Lewis was the dreamer, which was correct. Lewis has confirmed Kenny and Twed, which means I think Peter was evil. I do have a list of whispers, and I will consult them for Clockmaker 3, which may or may not be correct. I did read both Matthew and Dan as good. If everything I think is correct, then it's down to 3 people. We're at 8, we'll wake up to 7, and we have 3 kills left, which would mean that there's no reason we can't win. But I am often wrong, so I'm sure that there's no chance that I'm wrong about anything. If Mia and Peter are evil, then there's 2 evils left, which would actually be Simon and Soren. Unless somebody was the Fangu and it has jumped, which I don't know if is mathematically possible or not. I will say, barring the demon killing an evil player or the Fangu jump, that so far Mia is the only person that's potentially an evil kill, because me and Cherie were both the good first kills, which I have her marked as good. We all know that I cannot make mistakes. Which would mean, assuming there wasn't a Fangu jump, Mia is the only dead evil, which means best case scenario there are 3 evils alive. Which, again, if what I have is correct, then it's the win. I don't know if we should go for Peter tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm inclined to do. It doesn't really make sense to me that Soren would also be evil. I did ask him what he thought of me, and he didn't really answer. Okay, I've discovered a wrinkle, which is that Lewis is the barber. And could be Fangu jumped. And they can swap evils to keep that from being known. Well, no, if he's Fangu jumped, then he won't die. So, well, the problem is if there's 3 people we need to kill, not including Lewis, and Lewis becomes the demon. I don't know why anybody thinks that the demon jumped. I guess technically Steve A is 3 from Peter. If Kenny is good, I believe Michael's good actually, because he was upset that I was the snake charmer.
So, good morning, everybody. You wake up to find Peter and Matthew have died.
Very interesting.
Oh, Vicky.
Cherie?
Yeah.
Michael, can I talk to you?
Who said that?
Well,
Hey, Yahoo.
Okay, you come to me.
Soren, okay, I'm ready now.
My room?
Sure.
So, I've never played with you before.
No, we haven't.
I will say that I am a liar, and I play very chaotically, and I have not really any particular strategy or reason for anything, but I always find a path. I did claim your role. The fact that you fought to take it back, in my mind, says that you are good, since I know that I'm not the snake charmer, and there's no reason an evil person would bluff at being something. I guess if it was your bluff roll, then you could technically fight back. But when people fight to double claim something, I typically think they're good. I was the Philosopher, and I didn't want evil to know that the Philosopher had died.
Right, so you had...
So I said the most idiotic thing I could think of, which is that I was the snake charmer.
Right, and I'm guessing you had... Did you have any reason to... Did you manage to use your ability, or was
I was planning to become the Clockmaker on the first night so that I didn't drunk the actual Clockmaker to verify the Clockmaker information. And again, I was planning to do that because it doesn't make sense and it's a bad strategy. I like to use bad strategies.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Clockmaker information's accurate or not. However, the world that I'm living in, well, I've been gunning for Peter since day one, and there were 2 deaths last night, and unless you can explain to me why that happened, it's because the pit hag changed the demon. And I believe Matthew was good, which means that the storyteller killed Peter, the demon, and Matthew to indicate that it was a pit hag change, and I believe that the demon has moved to either Soren or Simon. That's my worldview, and obviously I could be wrong.
So how would 2 people have died in the night?
So if the pit hag makes a new demon, then deaths are arbitrary. It's part of the roll. And what that means is that the storyteller picks the kills. Typically, the storyteller will have an odd number of deaths so that you can figure out that the pit hag changed the demon. So if Peter was the demon and everybody's gunning for Peter every day, the pit hag could have changed it so that the demon is somebody else.
Right.
And the storyteller chose to kill the old demon, which I believe was Peter. I'm going to say he was the Fangu, since I think that's what's happening.
If Peter was the old demon, then that would mean that he would have been the Vortox, because I think I can't remember exactly what Twed's information was, but he said that it was It was people that's names started with S and M, I think, or something. That one of them was the demon.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Which, based on my information, means that the only person left that can be the demon is Simon.
Who all have you checked, if you don't mind?
Me, I've checked Twed and I've checked Soren.
Twed and Soren?
And Dan. Sorry.
You said Twed, Soren?
Twed, Soren, Dan. Yeah.
So the thing is, if the demon jumped, then that information isn't good anyway, because it would have jumped to a minion, and the minion wasn't the demon. The other possibility, who was it that said, I tend to believe it was the artist? Yeah, Twed. I tend to believe Twed.
Yeah.
So there are lots of possibilities. One is that
I've got Snake Charmer confirmation he's not the demon, so I've no reason to distrust him. I think the information I'd heard was that Steve A was originally the Fangu, and he's chosen an outsider and it's jumped.
So that is a possibility. It's possible that Steve A was the Fangu and it jumped to Peter. However,
if it's a Pithag game, then there's a chance that, like you say, it could be anything at this point. If the Pithags change the demon.
It could have been Steve A. 1, 2, 3. That would line up with Clockmaker 3 if Mia is the minion.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I'm gonna say that Steve A was the Fangu. It jumped to Peter. The thing is that the OG outsider had already claimed. So Peter would have had to have been an unfortunate pit hag outsider that didn't get himself executed.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to push for someone to nominate. I think we're being called back soon, but Kenny and Simon are the only two that I've got no confirmation on.
So Kenny is good based on my information, which of course can be wrong.
Right. Yeah, I've got Kenny as good, but I sort of was only half trusting what he said. So Simon would be my pick at the moment for the demon.
Well, Simon or Soren would be good in my book. If you want to go for Simon, if that fails, then we could go for the other. In my book, that's the play. And I feel much better if Steve A was the original Fangu because of reasons. I'm gonna head out though. Hopefully we've been beneficial.
Sounds good.
All right.
Take them out.
Yeah.
Did you take them out?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Matthew.
Kenny, did you want to talk to me, or did I just imagine it?
I did say yeah, but I think he was closing the rooms.
Yeah, they're closed.
Right, no. Cheers. Sorry.
Matthew, are you evil?
No.
Why do you look like an evil clown?
Oh. Just because I say something at the beginning does not make this game the same. God, why does
Stephen,
people's heads?
Were you not? Were you the thing you told me you were?
Was I the Fangu?
No, the thing, the role. You know when you were like publicly said you were the snake charmer, and then the next day you told me something different. Are you that thing?
I don't know what I told you the second day.
No, it had to do with things.
Yeah.
Okay.
My role started with a P or an S.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. Yes, okay.
And it's possible that there's only one role that is. I have no idea. I didn't plan this lie.
No, there's lots of S's.
Oh, cool.
Fine. But yeah, because there's some snake charmer business going on right now. Like,
is there any
claims of snake charmer? What's going on with that?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll open up nominations and then
all right.
I'll start a count if I get bored.
So they say all roads lead to Rome, and Simon is a Roman.
That's one of the double claims.
Ave Caesar.
Here it is, where he's good and he's totally useless, and we kill him and lose the game. Simon, if you're good, you've caused us to lose again.
Why?
Because I said all roads lead to Rome, and you said Ave Caesar.
Didn't you said my name was? You said I'm a Roman.
He meant that you're
respected
The
by
demon.
others.
Yeah.
It was an accusation.
Oh, sorry.
well,
Oh, right. I thought you
I
said Roman.
think,
I didn't realize you said demon.
I think.
He did say Roman, but like as a metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that went over my head.
No offense to any Romans that may be here.
Unless you are a Roman demon, in which case, take
Yeah,
the
then
offense.
so, cheers to you.
Okay.
Should we
Is there
get
not any nominations?
Okay,
should we get a corpse up just in case of a Vortex change?
No, I think killing someone's good.
I can share the info that I got. I got 3 nights of Flowergirl information. I was the Flowergirl from the beginning. I was never Serenovus, and I was never pit-hagged. On the first night when everyone voted, I got a yes. On the second night when 9 people voted, I got a yes. Yesterday, when 6 people voted, I got a no. And then I was killed seemingly arbitrarily, but I did get information before we woke up.
And I'll share mine. I was the juggler. I gave Stephen my information day 1. I checked for Dan, Steve A, and Peter is no Dashi and got a 0.
I can share my role.
Okay.
I was the
What
witch.
was your role, Mia?
What? You were the what?
Were you Groot?
I said it. I was the witch. I'm sorry, Stephen.
Oh,
you knew it.
What?
All right, so Peter, as much as I've tried to believe you this game, and
You haven't
stuck
tried at all to believe me this game. You haven't even tried a little bit
and
to believe
stuck my neck out defending you, I have to say there is a flaw in what you just said.
I nominate Soren.
Well, that was rude.
Sorry. He was counting down.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's your accusation?
I have reason to believe that there is a pair of evil players. I know Mia is definitely evil. Soren's next, so I've got nothing to go on Soren. I don't know what he is. I think it's good to kill someone.
Yep.
Okay. So, 3 is required.
I don't think.
So,
I don't think
you do
Soren's
get
the one to
defense
kill.
if you want one.
Yeah, I'm the Flowergirl.
Oh my goodness.
What?
So yeah.
Soren, are you an evil twin that didn't come out?
So the Serenovus is still in play.
Okay. I'm going to start the countdown.
I can neither confirm or deny that information.
The Serenovus acts before the pit hag or the demon.
I definitely think we should kill. I would like to use my vote unless people are planning to vote.
I think we've got what we need up.
Well,
at the moment.
There are more than 3 evil people.
Yeah.
That is true.
There'll be 5 because of the time it is.
So 3 is enough. Soren is marked for execution.
So maybe.
Is there any more nominations?
I feel like Simon would be a better execution than Soren.
I've got nothing. It's Soren or Simon.
Yeah, well, I'm not evil. I would like to
sounds like-
nominate
What
Twit
do you think?
because.
What do you think
yeah.
Simon is?
I'm
no
the,
idea. But
I'm the snake charmer.
Soren
Is your
nominated
information
Twed,
correct?
Chris.
Yeah, I would like to nominate Twit because I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus because of his information.
Okay. Soren nominates Twed.
Yeah.
Was that your
I think it's
accusation?
a good evil claim to come out with that information.
Okay. Twed, what's your defense?
I don't think I've got a decent defense to that. It might be. It might be. But I told people I was going to use it on the first day. I did. I've given the information out. It is what it is.
Okay, well, I will start the countdown. 3 to tie, 4 to execute.
Has somebody been getting the Savant information, like, from the Savant Daily?
Is that a newspaper?
I'm taking it that you aren't replying to what I asked.
The Savant Daily. I want to get that
Yes, oh,
newspaper
yes.
where they give one piece of true information and one piece of false information in every headline.
You're hilarious.
Okay, so
I'm just
one is
wondering.
not enough.
More truth than a normal newspaper.
Is there
Yeah.
any more nominations?
I would like to recommend we nominate Simon
I
because
agree.
there wasn't a lot of fighting for Soren, and I think that makes him not the demon.
Dan nominates Simon.
Also,
I
every
think
player
Simon's
seems to have
better than
chosen
Soren.
double claiming as their strategy.
Simon is always
I've-
better than Soren.
I have definite information that
Okay.
suggests Simon's a
Dan,
better
what is the
player than Soren.
accusation?
I'll defer it. I'm nominating on behalf of the dead.
Who are you
So
deferring
who
to?
gets the accusation?
I'll defer to Michael. He brought it up first.
Yep. Michael?
I was the snake charmer. I saw 3 nights of information, and the first person I read was that Soren is not the demon, and so Simon's one of the only people I've not got information on or even a suggestion that he's good, and so I think he's definitely a better kill than Soren would be.
Okay.
I'd rather not use my dead vote, but I will to get this through.
Simon?
You're a sick man. Yeah, I'm the snake charmer. I don't know what he's talking about. Night 1 or night 0, I did Stephen. Night 2, I did Cherie. Night 3, I did Dan, and night 4, I did Lewis. That is my info. I am a
I will
snake
start the
charmer.
countdown.
And that's what Simon told me along the way, too.
Well, we should definitely not tie. It should be 4 or not 3. I'm not
I'll dead vote
voting.
if you need to, but I'd
Wow.
rather not.
If Mia's voting, yeah.
Well, that doesn't. No.
Ooh, that's close.
What? I don't know what's happening.
Right, okay. So 5 is enough. Simon is marked for execution. Mia used her vote, and Michael used her vote.
But
His
you can
vote.
give me my vote back. I can say it
Okay.
was.
One snake charmer to another. Simon, you're going down.
Right. Is there any more nominations?
Who's left that I could nominate? Kenny, I think, is the only person.
I don't think Lewis has been nominated.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know that
my
it's a good
info,
idea.
but my snake charmer info, Lewis, is good. So I'm going to go for Kenny.
Simon nominates Kenny. What's the accusation? Or was that your accusation?
That was pretty much my accusation, yeah.
Okay.
My snake charmer stuff says other people are good, so it's got to be Kenny.
Kenny, you want a defense?
I don't think you're the snake charmer at all, and some people know what I am, and I'm doing quite good, I think.
Oh, bully for you.
Okay, I will start the countdown. 5 to tie, 6 to execute.
Yeah, we need 6 on this, people. It's a good kill.
Probably not going to happen.
Dan's with me. Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan.
Dan, put your hand down.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Steve. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, dangling the carrot now, whipping it away.
Okay, so 2 is not enough. Let's see.
Does Lewis want to nominate himself?
Yep.
Is that what
Lewis
it's
is
down
the only
to?
person that can nominate, and he can only nominate himself. Lewis, do you wish to nominate yourself?
He could nominate a dead person.
Yeah, you can nominate a dead person.
I'm fine. I'm fine with Simon dying.
Okay.
Cheers.
Wow. That's
Sorry, lad.
So on that bombshell, on
I
that
mean, it
bombshell,
eliminates a couple of worlds, so I don't think it's.
on that bombshell, Simon is
There are innocent people on
and
those
dies,
worlds.
and the game does not end.
Lewis, you should have nominated. You're cursed.
Alright, well that does not collapse my world. Peter claimed Flowergirl, and Soren is claiming Flowergirl. Double claims seem to frequently be 2 evil people, especially in 4 evils games. And I believe this is a 5 evil game, because I believe that was a Fangu game. However, that would mean that Peter wasn't evil when I was gunning on him. So that is probably a flaw with my logic. I'm very cemented here. So the people that are very cleared is Kenny and Twed. I don't actually know what Kenny is. I should probably talk to him tomorrow. We're at 5? Oh, because there were 2 kills. Which means that we are going to go to 4 tomorrow, which actually means we only have 1 kill left. That's not actually good. Especially not since Lewis is still in play. However, if Lewis is killed tonight, that would be awesome. And that still could happen, since I don't think it's been outed that he is an outsider. They're not going to kill the Clockmaker or the artist. Which I don't know what Kenny is, but that makes it between Kenny and Lewis if Soren's evil. I would actually, my favorite would be if Lewis dies, so that I don't have to agonize over him being Fangu jumped.
Good morning.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he would have been.
No,
I think we will.
no.
I don't think he would have been.
Okay. So, everybody wakes up to find that Dan died.
It makes sense going into the end.
Okay.
Kenny, could I talk to you?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Actually,
Simon, Simon, can I talk to you?
go to my room.
And there we go.
Yes, you can, Michael. I will come
Soren,
to
did you say me?
Did you say you'll come to me, Simon? Or
Yeah.
okay, that's
Doesn't matter.
Your room or mine?
So I have been told that you were Dreamer confirmed. We're obviously in the final 4. I believe you're good, but I do not have your information, so it would help me to have your information to parse it out.
What are you?
The philosopher that died to the witch on day 1 and did not ever have an ability.
Sound. I'm the Savant. I'm probably going to go just tell everyone what I've learned so far anyway.
Okay.
What I got
When
today,
you
so-
do share it, try to share it slow enough that I can write it down, because Savant information is the hardest to get.
Yes.
So in my worldview, going into yesterday, it was either Simon or Soren. We did in fact kill Simon, so now it has to be Soren. However, this is the final kill. We'll probably go to bed and then, kill Soren tomorrow. But yeah, so obviously don't kill on 4.
Yeah. Chris, can I speak to you in a sec, please?
Yep.
All right, I'll see you later. Thank you.
Sweet.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah.
How does it feel to die on the first day?
It was not fun.
Well, it was not me.
Well, you claimed that it was you, and I have you marked as the witch.
Okay, I'm not the witch, but it was fun to say it.
Well, a couple days ago, I uploaded a video where Trey told me he was the pig, and he was. And I didn't believe him, and I've been criticized to no end about that. So I'll just assume you're the witch.
Okay.
I'll probably be criticized about that. That's the thing about life, is that it's very easy to be criticized.
Hey, Yahoo.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go to your room.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Soren was Serenovist after me into the Flowergirl, supposedly, which could be true. He just came out to me as the mathematician, and he had a 2 on the first night, which I can't figure out. There's a philosopher that could have made someone drunk.
I did not make anyone drunk.
But you didn't. You were the philosopher. That's what I was trying to figure out. I thought maybe that was how the snake charmer double claim came about.
So I intentionally play chaotically, but I try to introduce information into the game that's useful, and I also am cagey about my information because I don't think it's super helpful to just give everything to the evil team.
Yeah.
Are you aware that Lewis is an outsider?
Yes.
So he could have been Fangu jumped.
He could have been.
I was hoping that he would die last night. But obviously,
He-
you picked Dan, so they knew that was true, and they killed him to not have a confirmed good player.
Right, which makes sense.
Yep.
But
I do
the
believe
rest-
Lewis, and because of that, I also believe Kenny and Twed.
he could
However,
have shown bluffs.
what?
I mean, Chris could have shown them bluffs,
Shown who bluffs?
like the dreamer.
Oh,
you
if he
know.
was
Oh,
poisoned.
but did he dream any of them as the demon? As a demon?
We'd have to. I don't think we should talk about this in public today because we don't know who's
Okay.
going to die tonight. But
Right.
that's definitely a question that should be outed publicly.
And then Soren came out as the mathematician, and I cannot figure out how his night 1 info could be correct. The
So
rest of it,
I believe Soren is evil, and I believe that that is solved. However, I don't think we should
Okay.
talk publicly because we don't know who's going to die, and we don't necessarily want to give ideas.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're just gonna go to bed.
I do think that Kenny and Twed are both confirmed, and they were confirmed as not outsiders. So, if Lewis dies, then it's Soren in my book. Now, if one of the other dies, then potentially it could be Lewis.
Now, Lewis is the barber.
He is currently the barber, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't have been Fangu jumped.
Do you think Steve A jumped beforehand?
I don't know that Steve A was the original demon. I have it marked that he jumped to Peter, but if Peter became an outsider, he didn't share that information.
Okay.
And obviously he wasn't the original outsider because that was you, according to you.
Yeah, according to me. And truthfully, yes. Okay, cool. Bye.
See ya.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Whilst I'm waiting for everyone to come back.
Mia is evil.
No.
Why are you burning Elmo then?
Okay, so
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
that one a lot.
so what's the witch thing just a rib then?
The
Yes.
witch
Okay.
thing?
So what are you then?
I think that we should go to bed
chat.
and not talk.
Nominations are open.
I agree.
Because if we talk, we're giving the evil team information and to choose who they kill. If we say who we're suspicious of and such, I mean, I think that there's no benefit in that personally.
Yeah,
Should we-
I vote we wait.
Yeah.
I agree.
Should we tap a corpse just to make sure?
Oh, that is a good point.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah, I'll do that just in case it's Box.
Can someone nominate Steven?
Yep. I would like to die.
Okay, bye, Stephen.
I have my defense ready.
Sorry, nominate Steven.
Or can we just tell Chris that we can assume that we've just executed Steven and save the 90 seconds it would take to do this?
No.
Yeah, I want to hear the defense. Soren, what's your accusation first of all, though?
I don't know what Steven is, so I would like to kick him while he's down.
He's dead, so I can say that.
Okay. Stephen?
I
give me
can't
the
quote it from heart, but it's the thing in the Lord of the Rings, the inscription. It's one corpse to rule them all, and in the darkness, make them fall or something.
So he's the Zomball, right? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start a countdown. 2 is required.
We should obviously not use. Simon's evil. He can use his ghost vote.
Simon,
That's
don't
fine.
use your dead vote.
Definitely use your ghost vote, Simon.
Okay, so 4 is enough. Kenny, Twed, Lewis, do either of you, do any of you wish to nominate?
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So with that, Yahoo's corpse has been killed again.
3 deaths in
Cute.
one game.
Okay, so everyone, I will open up the breakout rooms in a second.
No long pause as to whether or not the game ended.
It's not a zombie game.
All right, so it's that moment where the demon picks their last kill. Now, I believe well, I already said that I think Soren's evil, so he's not going to die. The only outcome that would benefit me here is if Lewis dies. Lewis was good. What was he originally? The Dreamer. Suppose there's the outlying possibility that Lewis, Kenny, and Twed are all evil. However, it's bizarre that a evil player would then claim to have been turned into an outsider. So I don't believe that, which means that I go back to believing Kenny, Twed, and Lewis. If Lewis dies, it's Soren. If Soren dies, it's Lewis. If Kenny or Twed die, then it's discussion. Also, if Lewis dies, then Kenny and Twed would switch. That would be phenomenal. Oh, actually, he would switch 2 dead evil people. But that would be hilarious.
Good morning, everybody. And it is a good morning because no one died.
No.
So we're playing a game of chicken now.
How long can we keep this going?
Well, eventually they would throw the fiddler in, and then it would just be a 50-50.
It's not a bad thing. Chris, can I speak to you, please?
Come to the storyteller.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, an extra night of Savant info.
That is true. Twed, do you want to talk?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Lewis,
Thanks, Mia.
can I talk to you?
Can I get in on that?
Mine is 5th from
okay,
the top.
so
Do all the
Okay.
dead people want to gather in Steve's room again?
Yeah, dead hustle.
What do you mean again? I wasn't
You can
involved.
go to-
sorry, yeah.
Last round.
You were.
So you're the artist, right?
Yeah.
And you are Dreamer confirmed.
Yes, I believe so.
So I believe that to be the case. Obviously, nobody ever knows what's going on, but that basically means that Soren is the demon, right?
Yes.
Unless Lewis became the demon because he is an outsider, right?
Yes, he became an outsider, but
So if there was a Fangu jump at some point, then Lewis is safe. So basically, in my mind, it's a 50-50 between Lewis and Soren, where Soren is like probably 75 to 80% the demon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the only real reason to go to sleep is so that if the possibility is that Soren doesn't know that Lewis is the barber and kills him.
I mean, Lewis has been the barber for a little while now.
Yeah, but he could have at some point become the demon if there had not been a Fangu jump. That's the problem.
I mean, if my information was good to start with, then...
Well, there's so many reasons that information can be wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
I would say that if you're confirmed and you're saying you're the artist and you were sitting nowhere near, well, Simon could have, well, I don't know. So that's
Well,
the thing. If
just
Peter or
executed
Simon
fine,
were the
so-
Nodashi, then your information was useless. Or if it was a Vortex. I don't think it's a Vortex. So I think the world makes sense where Steve A was a Fangu. However,
Yeah,
there was suspicion. So who do you think Chris A jumped to?
That I don't know. I mean, the only person I can imagine is Soren. But then, if Peter was the Serenovus, Mia claimed to be the witch, but possibly was the pit hag, because Soren couldn't pit hag himself.
So do you think Mia's
after
evil?
being pancake. I mean, I don't see why she would out evil and not give any useful information.
So what
Not
is
this way.
your evil team? Do you have an evil team marked?
So yeah, so Steve to start with, Mia, Peter, and probably Soren. But
So you only have 4 people. I have 5 because I'm assuming that there was a Fangu jump. So mine includes Simon, but other than that, it's the same.
Right.
So I think we should go to bed and make the demon kill. And if he doesn't, eventually we'll get a fiddler.
Yeah, I mean, if we're keeping getting, well, actually, are we getting good Savant information? Because if it has been turned into a Vortox, on the basis
well, if it's a
that we might
Vortox,
not
it's
kill.
still good information because there'll be 2 false pieces of information. Which
Yeah, I
at some
suppose
point
so.
you'd be able to figure that out. There's no reason not to go to bed.
Yeah, and if there's a fiddler, we hope it's.
However, if
not
there is a fiddler,
Soren
that's going to be
Lewis.
happening quickly, which means that Kenny won't get to share all of his information. But if we think he's good, then we can just trust that he has evaluated his information well.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak publicly to the possibility that if it's a Vortox, that all of the Savant information is false, just so that he can think about that tonight.
Yeah, or at least false from a certain point.
Yeah, well, my point is that I'm not going to call him out or talk to him directly so that, it's not known.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give information.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, sounds good. I think we're living in the same world. I feel pretty confident. However, I felt pretty confident and lost before, so.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, sounds good.
All right, cheers.
Idea who we think it was.
So you had a 3, didn't you? Is that right?
Yeah, I had a 3.
I mean,
the whole thing of Peter.
Everyone's-
Steve A and Mia.
Yeah,
If we think Mia's evil, it's got to be because Lewis is still alive.
That does make sense of the original 3. Yeah.
If you
And even Peter would line up with that.
You would.
If you change the current demon to a different demon, that's not the same as if a pit hag changes the current demon into a different demon. That's not a.
Deaths are still arbitrary if that happens.
Yeah,
that's still arbitrary.
Yeah, if the demon
because the demon's
changes.
been changed.
Yeah, deaths are still arbitrary at that point.
whether it's the same person becomes a different demon or a different person becomes a demon.
A new demon is still technically created.
Yeah.
Kenny, if the rooms are still open, I wouldn't mind talking.
I'm getting ready to close them, so you can go
You want to
now
come to mine
if
quick,
you want.
5th from the top?
Yeah.
If you are, in fact, the Savant, which I believe you are, I just wanted to give you the heads up that if the demon changed, at some point your information would start becoming 2 pieces of false information. So as you're thinking through you are the Savant, correct?
Yes.
So
Why
as
did
you're
it
thinking
change?
through your information at night, which you don't have time to share your information, as you're thinking through your information tonight and trying to figure the worlds out, just be aware that if, like for instance, last night, the demon could have been changed. If the demon was turned into a Savant, a Vortox, you would start getting 2 pieces of false information, which could have happened the night that Matthew and Peter died, or it could have happened last night.
I think last night, 'cause my information today makes no sense.
Okay. Well, I just want you to have that, because I think that it's going to become a fiddler game, and you're not going to have time to share all of your information, and I don't think you should share it in case Evil doesn't know you're the Savant.
I think it's pretty obvious at this point.
Okay.
Something you were claiming in a 3.
If there's
Is
4
there any
people left,
nominations?
if there's 4 people left alive and a pit hag creates a second demon, is that just a lose-lose?
No, deaths would be arbitrary. Nobody died, so he may have chosen not to have anybody die. He could have changed the demon from one demon to another demon.
Tonight, say we execute one of the demons, we're then down to 3 players, and then the demon just kills someone, then we're down to 2.
If
Like,
there
you
was 2
can't-
demons left alive, the game would be over. You couldn't kill both of them.
But the second demon created, if they made a second demon, are you saying that it was an evil person made into a second demon or a good person made into a second demon?
Yeah, a pit hag just turns themselves into a demon.
Okay. I would think the storyteller in that sense would likely
kill the old demon
off the other demon.
Yeah.
What, do they just pick someone to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
It's arbitrary, yeah.
If there was 2 demons
But
left
they
alive
wouldn't,
before,
they
you
wouldn't
can't
have 2
possibly
demons
win.
left.
I would have
I
thought.
don't think I've ever
That
seen a
happened,
game
though,
where there's
but
been
that-
2 demons alive from a pit hag.
It can happen, but it normally wouldn't
It might
happen
happen,
at 4.
but I've never seen it happen.
The pit hag
It's
could,
very
could
unlikely.
turn a good person into a demon, and they would be a good demon, but you would still have to kill them.
And there is a
Lewis.
way that we could win if there were 2 living demons right now, which is that you keep
feel
going
like
to bed and the demon not killing, and eventually you get a fiddler.
Lewis, did you change last night into anything?
No, I'm the same as last night.
Okay.
So I don't see any reason that we wouldn't just go to bed again. I think we should kill me again.
I was going to say, except for the bit where we kill you again.
Will that make 5 deaths total?
I think that's his
Just
4th
4.
death.
Oh, because I thought you got killed by the witch. We executed that day as well.
Oh, yeah, it might be his.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then we
4th is
executed
good.
me last night, so that was the 3rd.
Okay.
It'd be rude to execute a different person at this
Okay,
point.
that's
so.
fine.
Will someone nominate?
Anybody got a preference?
A dead person. Let's kill an evil person. Let's kill Mia.
Twed will nominate Mia.
That was really rude.
What's the accusation?
Hey,
Kill all deados. Nothing.
And what's your defense?
that is very rude of Twit. I think Twit is rude.
I'm considering using my dead vote here because I think she is evil.
That's odd.
Well, I'm going to start a countdown. 2 is required.
We want 4?
No. 3
No.
3 would be good.
2 would be enough. But
3 would be ideal.
If there's a demon and a minion left at the end, that's not a lose, is it?
No.
I think no.
If
It's
there's at
only
least
if the-
1 townsfolk and a demon, then
Okay.
What? If a demon and a minion are alive, that is a
there's
town
only evil
lose.
players.
if there's 3, if there's at least 1 townsfolk and the demon, then it's not a lose.
So if
I think
someone
you mean
dies
As long
today,
as there is
people.
one good.
Yep. If that was
Basically,
what-
you know that there is at least one good.
Yep.
And at least one
Okay.
demon.
All right. I'm getting sleepy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in real life.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks.
Let's try this again.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Soren didn't vote. He singled himself out, which is not good to do. And obviously, Kenny and Twed both. I don't know. Obviously, an evil person's going to recognize that's such an obvious thing that you don't kill in 4. If there are 2 evils, which I don't think is the case, then it is possible that it could have been turned into a vortex. I do not think that's the case. I think he sunk a kill. If he sinks a kill again, I think it'll be a fiddler, and I think the fiddler would be Lewis Soren, which I think it has to be Soren at this point. One thing I do think is interesting is the fact that we all lie, cheat, and steal, and play very chaotically, and then we all arrive at the same conclusions. I'm not sure 100% about the Peter thing. Peter could be. So Cherie thought he was. So maybe Simon isn't evil. Or possibly Simon was the 4th evil and Soren is the outsider. The ironic thing is that we know Lewis is an outsider. I need to consult my notes and determine when it is that Lewis turned into the outsider and when it is that Steve I died. Don't know if I actually got to say this, but Peter claimed that he was the Flowergirl and he learned on the night that he died think there was a nomination that happened, and because the day was about to end. But regardless of whether or not Peter died because of the pit hag or the demon, he would not have gotten Flowergirl information that day, which in my mind confirms that Peter was evil. Twed confirms that Steve A. Who killed Peter? Peter died at night, which means that Peter was the demon.
Good morning. Lewis died.
And I was pit hagged into the barber last night.
That's
You
not
were
what
barber
happened.
swapped into the barber.
Yep, I'm now the barber.
Yep.
I'm not.
Lewis, what are you?
Oh, I get it. I was killed. I was the barber.
You were the barber. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Which confirms he was good.
Right, but
yeah, I already knew.
Lewis should have been told he was whatever.
What are you now, Lewis?
Yeah.
Clockmaker.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Sweet. Chris, can I speak to you, please?
Yep. Come to the Storyteller room. And I'll open the rooms. Hang on.
All right. I often call a powwow before the end of the game. So I'll throw some names out, and they can join me if they'd like. Cherie, Kenny, Twed, and I guess Dan. That'll be our intimate group. If anyone would like to join me, you may. Peter, you are very evil.
I can join you.
No, you cannot.
I can be helpful at this point.
Well, I'm not. I'm sorry. So, it should be fairly obvious based on the fact that I called Kenny and Twed both in here. I'm pretty confident it's Soren.
I'm pretty confident it's Soren because the math information he gave me didn't make any sense.
Well, there's another problem, which is that Peter claimed that he died, and on the night that he died, he got Flowergirl information, which is not a thing that would happen. The Flowergirl acts after both the pit hag and the demon, so if he was the Flowergirl, he would not have gotten information on the night that he died, which means he is definitely evil.
Yeah.
And I believe Twed is good, which means that the demon
I
was
believe Twed
an
is,
S character, which was Steve A. I suppose it's possible that the original demon was Peter. So I think Peter was the demon on the night that Peter died. I think Peter was the original demon. I don't know what Steve A was. Wait, what were the names? What were the letters? Was P one of the letters?
No, S and M.
S.
So I don't know. I don't 100% have it explained. Because I do think Peter was the demon the night that Peter died. If he was an outsider, I don't know.
Kenny's Savant information, I'm not sure what it was, but Lewis told me that he was thinking that it's possible that Twed had been pit hagged into an outsider and jumped to. I don't really think that's true. I think it makes more sense that Soren's evil.
I think at this point we have no choice but to kill Soren, and if we're wrong, we're wrong.
That's how I kind of feel too.
Yep. What do you think, Daniel? You're confirmed good, or at least we're at one point.
I mean, I've not spoken to Kenny or Games, so I don't really know anything about what.
So the reason we think Kenny's good is because Lewis was the dreamer, and he dreamed Kenny and Twed. However, the problem is he could have been given Kenny's bluff roll or Twed's bluff roll.
Could have been, yeah.
The thing is they weren't dreamt as demons.
Oh, yeah, you got that confirmed?
Yeah.
When I spoke to Twed, I mean, he did come out with artists to me pretty quickly, and let me know he had done a kind of narrowing down. He didn't say exactly what at the time because he wasn't sure it was correct, but yeah. So I do at least at the time trust that Twed was the artist at that point. So I'm happy to go with Soren. Yeah.
So here's the other thing: is I like to try to put worlds together and have thumbs and up and down, and obviously I know I'm good. Cherie's thing was weird, but it ultimately came out with her looking good because she was claiming the outsider. She didn't want to give her information until after she died. When she got on the chopping block, she didn't put up a fight. She in fact did die, and then she immediately said, "I was the outsider. I know it's a Fangu." Checks out to me. Kenny was confirmed by the Dreamer, and Michael said he was the Snake Charmer, and he was upset that I was. There you go.
Twed.
When was this?
Soren was night 0. Twed was night 1. So
doesn't prove anything if
No.
it.
It confirms a theory of mine. It's a wild theory, but I think it confirms
that either Kenny's the demon, or that the demon isn't the same person it was at the start of the game, which I think is about 50-50 between those two likelihoods.
I think there likely
Okay.
have been 3 demons.
So, is there any nominations?
Can we go around the circle and just? Well, the main thing I want to know is some of the Savant info about the pair. What did you get on that night?
So mine, I'm the Savant,
Yeah.
and okay, this will take a bit. Day 1, I got that the Klutz was in play, and that there are 0 pairs of evil. That means there has to be a pair of evil, which I think was Mia and Soren, both minions.
No, I was the Klutz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are.
Look,
It's false.
Yes.
Let's just go through the information and not.
Yeah.
Day 2, I got that a character changed alignments. I checked with what people thought. The only way a character can change alignment is the Snake Charmer or the Fangu picking an outsider. So I think a Pit Hag made an outsider because Klutz didn't. The Klutz was still alive. Oh, the Klutz got killed the day after, and then Steve died. So I think Steve was the Fangu.
Yeah.
Then day 3, I got that the Barber was in play and that all minions voted, which the day after, Lewis then came to me because he was the Dreamer and he told me that he'd been pit hacked into the Barber. So I confirmed that the Barber was the correct info.
What was the Minion or Minions voted?
All minions voted.
All minions.
So not all minions voted since I was the
Well, I just
Barber.
want to get written down what he's saying. I don't care about what's right or wrong.
Then the next day, I got at least 1 player is poisoned, or that the demon nominated, and that was the day me and Mia nominated each other, unless there was a third one that I missed that day. But I don't think there was, so I think that was the false info. Then the next day, so this was when there was 4 of us alive, was that there are no outsiders alive when Lewis was still claiming to be Barber, and that 1 minion lives, which is my theory, Soren being a minion of the pair of Mia and Soren. Then yesterday, I got that there is a Sage in play or a Sweetheart in play. I don't know what I think Soren changed the demon from Fangu into a
Vortox.
one that
I mean, I think a Vortox would be pretty pointless with 3 left.
I don't know if it was into something that gave me false information, because then today I got that Oracle is dead and a no Dashi is in play.
I mean,
This is Vortox information.
Potentially, yeah.
What was the second part there? No Dashi's
Oracle
demon?
is dead or a no Dashi is in play. So I think
confirmation that there was an Oracle in play.
There was an Oracle in play?
I never heard of an Oracle.
So I think night 1, the artist did their artisty thing, then got turned into an outsider, picked by the Fangu, and I think Twed is the demon. And he's just been playing as the outsider who'd already got his information. I think Soren's a minion.
Is there any nominations?
Okay, but why do you think Twed Twed was dreamt on which night, Lewis?
Okay, I dreamt Twed night 1. You know the start.
Night 0, effectively, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw him as either a minion, the witch, or as the artist. He would have had no clue what to pick.
He could have been an artist that was pit-hagged into an outsider. That is true.
That's what I think happened.
Why do we... Okay, so Soren's math information on day 1, I can't make sense of how that... He said he got a math 2.
No.
On night 1.
I said I got a 1.
No, you changed it.
No.
Okay.
I personally am happy killing Soren, and if we lost, we lost. That's where I'm at. I think that everything lines up too well. Can be wrong. It definitely is possible that there's bizarre things.
Okay. Okay, and before I died as the Clockmaker, I got a 1.
The Clockmaker. You became the Clockmaker again, and you would have learned now who's the closest minion and demon.
Which you were the dreamer.
Okay, I was the dreamer, then I was
Then
the
you got barber
barber.
swapped.
Then I got barber swapped into the Clockmaker. I learned Clockmaker info, then I died.
Because I became the barber last night, so you would have taken Clockmaker from me.
He shouldn't have gotten information, though, because he was dead when he became the Clockmaker.
Look, he gave me the information when I became the Clockmaker. It counted as night 0 information before I died.
Yeah, well, I don't think that should have happened, but it could have, in fact, happened. It could be a storyteller mistake.
I don't necessarily think it helps us either, because if you suspect that I'm the demon and Peter was a minion, then that's 1. And then if we think Soren and Mia, that's also
what
1.
I'm torn up about too.
That's the thing. I don't know who the other original minion was for me to have my pair. Because I'm basing Soren as a minion on
Can you repeat that pair statement again? I got it backwards or something.
Day 1, I got that there are 0 pairs of evil, which is false information, which means there has to be a pair of evil players, the originals. Which is why I think it was Mia and Soren.
I think so.
I don't. If Peter was originally evil, nah. I just don't know who my 4th original minion is.
So
back then on day 1, my snake charmer info suggested that Soren wasn't a demon, so I don't know if he is now.
That was it. That was the information that confirmed it had to be Twed.
Yeah, but the problem is that it definitely wasn't Soren at the beginning of the game. It moved.
Yeah, so after that snake charm attempt.
And the following day, I snake charmed Twed, and it wasn't him. I think it's Kenny.
I just want to make a statement to the town, which is that one thing that happens is we often vote divided and mess things up. I think we should make a call, and we should stick with it. And I personally would like to vote on Soren.
Michael, did you say you snake charmed Twed on day 2 or night 2?
I snake charmed Soren on night 0.
Yeah.
And got a no, and then I snake charmed Twed the following night and got a no again. And then
it's Soren then. I nominate Soren.
No, it's
Snake Charmer acts before, don't they?
Snake Charmer acts before most.
And you just spent
Kenny has
5
nominated
minutes
Soren.
making a case for Twed.
No, I don't think it's Twed either. I think it's Kenny.
Oh my goodness!
But
Kenny has nominated Soren.
Kenny just spent 5 minutes making a case to prove that it's Twed, and then just nominated Soren. I don't get it.
No, so
what's the accusation, Kenny? What is your accusation?
Either of them could have been pit hagged, but if Michael's
I think Lewis is
info on Twed, he couldn't have been the demon night 2.
So Kenny, this is your moment to make. Oh, okay.
Sorry, go on.
Soren, what is your defense?
I'm the mathematician, and I was Serenovus 2 days into the what's it called, Flowergirl. So yeah.
Okay.
I agree. I don't
I'm
think
going
it's
to
Soren.
start a countdown.
Well, I think that there are possibly 5 evils, so we should probably get 6 votes.
I just don't get how Kenny spends 5 minutes making a case for
We
one
should get
person.
6 votes from good players if we want to win. Because if we get 5 and the Fangu jumped, we will tie and we will lose.
Oh, Stephen, who preaches letting people make their own decisions.
Well, the problem is that we were having a vote and Evil Peter was trying to distract while we were losing. Sorry, Peter. I do hate when people tell people what to do, but
That was very
6 is
Jason.
enough.
I'm
6 is
going
Sorry?
with the council chat.
if you're
Okay.
evil,
It was
Peter,
very Jason.
if you are
Was-
evil, I will expect an apology.
Is there any other nominations?
Yes,
I think
I would
Kenny
like to
and-
nominate Kenny
Okay, so
based on the
Søren
snake charmer information.
nominates Kenny. Okay. Is that your accusation, son?
Yeah.
Kenny? What's your
Um,
defense?
No, I think Soren's probably the demon. If Michael's telling the truth, it has to be Soren.
Unless you and Lewis are both evil, Kenny.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Oh. Dan barber swapped with Lewis. And
Yeah,
Dan's
I'm
been
I'm
picked
now
by
the
the
barber.
Klutz. So
Yeah, they'd have to have me involved in that as well as in the Dreamer confirmation.
So I'm going to start the countdown. 6 to tie. 7 to kill.
If anyone would like to know what they must do, let me know.
Yeah, I think Peter was probably the fourth minion then.
Oh.
Or the fourth evil player.
Spending a dead vote when it's definitely not going to go seems like an act of desperation.
And I'm the second person to vote.
Well, here's the thing. I'm either right or I'm wrong.
Okay. Wed, do you wish to nominate?
No, thank you.
Well, I'll ask. Okay. So with that, Soren has been executed and dies. And the game is over. And the winning team
my God, Chris.
is Michael's team, the good team.
Yay.
Like so many things happened in this game.
Yeah,
It was
like
insane.
so Sauron was the Vortox, I believe, because if he was the reinstated Fangu, I would have become the new Fangu, because the ability would have reset.
Mm-hmm. All right, Chris.
There we go.
I tell you, Stephen, I told you the truth. I was the witch.
I actually believed you.
So, right, I'll go over the Savant info first of all. Right, so the first night, the Klutz is in play for 0 pairs of evil. There was 1 pair. So the second night, character changed alignment, or the Vortox is in play. So Fango Gum. That was the change in alignment. For the third one, it was now this point. What was it? Yeah. So Barber is in play, or all minions voted. At that point, Lewis was the Barber, so the Barber was in play, and Soren didn't vote. He was a minion at the time, so that's why that one was the false one. Then, at that point, Simon the Pit Hag made Soren into the Vortox, which is why at that one, the demon nominated, or all evil, or at least 1 player is poisoned. Basically, they were both false information because the Vortox was in play.
Okay, so so Steve A started out as the demon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What was Peter as an outsider?
Did he start as an outsider?
He started off as the Flowergirl.
And he was pit-hagged into an outsider.
Yep.
Sorry,
Oh, gosh.
Peter.
I was wrong.
Then,
Okay, so
but as I say,
he left anyway.
I mean, I was right in
obviously-
that you were evil, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't evil when you thought that.
Yes.
Yep.
So Peter was the flower girl turned into an outsider.
Yep. Yep. And the night there was no deaths. That was Soren basically sinking a kill on Stephen again.
I got killed again?
Yep, they won.
Yeah, when I said you got killed 4 times, I accidentally might have slipped that slip.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Steve actually got the most kills in that, most deaths in that game.
5. No, I only got 4 because you killed Mia then.
Yep. But yeah, that was interesting game. I mean, the most annoying thing was that the Savant being kept alive. I had to keep coming up with some Savant information. It's like, well, this is Vortox, so I can just make stuff up. So, but even then, it's after a while you just sort of just hang on. Now I've got to kind of make something up that's completely false. It's actually harder to make false information than it is to make true information.
Especially not false information that makes it super obvious.
Yeah. I think when it game breaking, it's like, and the longer it was alive, it was like, hang on, this is getting annoying.
Anyway, that's a win for the good team. It was a hairy game. I got to work with Cherie. I really didn't know what to make of that. It does make sense that if I die by the witch, I'm good, I guess. But it's always odd when new things change up. I like Cherie, and she often laughs at my jokes, but we've literally never worked with each other. We worked with each other the whole game. She did think Peter was evil, but I think that probably that was largely because she was Serenovist into Peter's role. Super unfortunate to Peter that he ended up becoming an outsider and then getting jumped to. That may have been coordinated. I don't actually know. So if it was coordinated, he didn't have time to react. I will say that I literally had everything marked correctly. The evils, which is pretty good. I will say, even though I wasn't 100%. But the thing is that if Twed had become an outsider and gotten jumped to, I mean that. So people have different opinions, and I love keeping information because when you have confirmed roles like Kenny and Twed, that's like an ace up the sleeve that Evil Team doesn't know about because they didn't know that they were confirmed. So the only reason that would have broken is if they knew that they were confirmed and then did that so as to make it hard to sniff out. But I don't know. Obviously, you can't know everything. So I made the call that felt logical to me. I did not think Soren and Mia were both on the same team. That was why I called Soren out to say, is Mia evil? And in fact, they were both evil. And the answer I got from him was kind of weird, so I would have expected him to say emphatically yes, and he just kind of waffled, which I didn't really do anything with that information, but I didn't notice it. I did think Peter and Mia were on the same team, and I was right. And then I trusted Twed's information, which made me think that Steve A was the demon, and that left Peter and Mia 3 steps away. However, I will say, if Peter had been 1 step closer and the artist had gotten their information when Peter was evil, or yeah, when he was, well, it doesn't matter because he wasn't, yeah, it could have broken the game is the point, because I'd have been like, well, but anyway, we won, so I don't need to worry about contingencies. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a very small channel, but engagement is helpful, and yeah, I do thank you for watching. Join Dice Tower Werewolf to play Blood on the Clocktower with us, and we'll see you next time.